What is up, guys? Amp here bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 commentary. Oh man, this game gets on my good side, it gets on my bad side. I don't know, man. It's an interesting Call of Duty is an interesting franchise, to say the least. So, to start off, I want to talk a little bit about this game specifically. It's a long one, as you guys can see. It's pretty long. It's a full CTF game. This is actually a game battles match. This is game 3 in the match, so you'll be seeing how we finish off this series. I believe we ended up getting disputed in this match, which is kind of funny because I mean we won the game, so we won the first game. I believe it was a Search and Destroy. We're pretty decent at Search. We lost Demolition. You know, it's Demolition. Not a lot of people are good at Demolition yet, so it's sort of hit or miss when you pair up against another team on whatever map you're playing. Like we've had really weird games with Demolition where we win both sides and then going back around into the next game, play the same map, and we lose both sides, or we lose into overtime, or something like that. It's a weird game type, but I do like it a little bit better than Domination because Domination doesn't really fit this game as well as it did Black Ops. Anyways, this is game 3, like I said, so it's crunch time. We gotta win this game, and we do end up winning the game. I'll spoil that much for you, but I won't tell you how we do. Obviously, we're up 1 cap right now, which doesn't mean a whole lot, especially first round. But I go on a little tear right here, as you can see. Got quite a few kills out in mid. Went in, grabbed the flag, and peeled back over to our flag. That just sounded kind of weird to start with. Anyways, this is a pretty solid gameplay for me. For competitive games, you're not going to see 30-2 performances. You're not going to see, you know, monster gameplay. You're not going to see free-for-all like type scores, like 30-2, 30-0, that sort of thing. You're going to see more of a even keel, but in the end, you might see a 2.0, something like that. And when you see a 2.0, you usually see like a 30 bomb getting dropped, like 30 kills or so. In this game, as you can see in the description, I go 28 and 17, I believe. Double check that in the description. I'm not looking at it right now in my notes, but I do pretty well. You know, getting that many kills in a competitive match can be pretty tough. You know, dying that much, that makes sense because you know you're working with your team. You might be out of position once or twice. That would get you a few deaths like that. You might get stunned, and just unfortunate. I should have backed off to start with that one, but oh well. But as you can see at the very end of this round, I can sort of get what's coming to me. I play really well, and then bleh, don't. Alright, so, like I said, wait till the end. It'll be worth it, trust me. Alright, so we're moving on to sort of what I wanted to talk about today. I do want to talk a bit about the gameplay when parts arise, but we'll go ahead and start talking about competitive Call of Duty. Now, I've talked about this subject quite a few times before, but my main concern this time around is whether it's going to exist this year in MLG, that is. Obviously, Game Battles is still going to run it. They're going to run it as much as they can because it's one of the biggest draws on their site right now, especially with Halo or Halo Reach, not so much. Not as many people are playing anymore. Even with Zero Boom, there's just not a whole lot of demand. But Call of Duty, on the other hand, has thousands of teams signed up on their 4v4 ladder, which is ridiculous, even for game battles. They got some pretty big ladders too. But on the other hand, if it can't be at an MLG event, if they can't run LAN at an MLG event, you know, there's no future for Modern Warfare 3. There really isn't. Robert Bowling, aka 402, has talked about it. They've mentioned it in like patch notes or like things they're working on, that sort of thing. But they have no concrete time frame for it. They have no. They dodge the question most. Well, they don't dodge it. They just say they're not releasing information. So it's sort of I don't know. It seems like they're not really giving us anything. The competitive community, that is, they're not really giving us anything to work with. It's nice that Private Match has everything unlocked, but on the other hand, a lot of pro players would just stick at level 80 anyway, so it's not really as big of a deal. as having LAN settings is. Black Ops didn't have it to start with. Treyarch fixed that pretty quickly. Obviously, it's probably going to be about as quick as Infinity Ward. If they ever do change it, it'll probably be about the same amount of time. But still, they responded to the community well. They told us, we're going to fix it. We have the patch is submitted to Microsoft. It'll take a couple weeks to verify, blah, blah, blah. But they kept us updated. They let us know it's going to happen. It happened well before MLG even hosted an event. So my question is, why is Infinity Ward always tough about, like, giving us information? That's sort of my thing. Like, yeah, they want to promote their new map packs, the 2 maps that came out, which, in my opinion, aren't really that great. Even as a public matches, like, maps, they aren't that great at all. Liberation's okay for, like, domination, stuff like that, because it's large enough and open, but I just don't see these maps being that well received by competitive community. Now, keep in mind, I am framing this all competitively, because that's sort of where my mindset is in this game, because that's the only part of it that I enjoy. Because I don't enjoy running around in games where there's quickscopers everywhere. I don't enjoy running around with kids that run the damage glitch, which they're fixing, which is good. And then, ooh, 3-piece, 4-piece, oh, I loved that one. But my teammate frickin' runs it up the middle. Come on, rival. Why would you run it up the middle? You're gonna die, and then we're gonna be out of position. Blah blah blah. We get 3 down. Tensify ends up pulling off a good kill there. Gets us some solid spawning in our base. But that 4-piece should have been a flag cap. But yeah, we're tied 0-0. Second half. It's gonna be a tough one. Anyways, getting back to the competitive Call of Duty scene. If they can't do LAN, MLG's probably not going to have an event. They might do invite only. They might do something to that effect so that it's the top 8 teams. They play on live or private matches on a live closed network. But it's going to be tough. Like, MLG cannot justify running a Xbox Live tournament at in a LAN setting. I just don't see it happening. They've done small ones for Modern Warfare 2 such before, but I just don't see it happening. Some pro players, not a lot, some pro players, including JCap, have said, why don't we just play Black Ops again? It makes sense. This game works. The FAMAS has 110% more recoil than any of the guns in Modern Warfare 3. Takes more skill in that sense. And just like, this game just makes more sense. Obviously, it's not as big of a game, because, Modern Warfare 3 just came out, sold more than Black Ops, because it's, it's the next Call of Duty game. And it's frustrating, because, like, obviously, my opinion on this. Like, I like Black Ops a lot better than Modern Warfare 3. I like it a lot better than Modern Warfare 2. Maybe not as much more than COD 4 or Call of Duty 2. I absolutely love. I played that on PC, the shit out of that on PC. But I just don't feel like this is a great game. I feel like it's an okay game. It works in the Call of Duty series, but it's not something that we should be marveling at. And I feel like going into this, we're planning on going to Raleigh as a team. So yeah, and I feel like I'm like half as excited as I was for my last team when we were trying to go last year for Black Ops, because Black Ops, honestly, it's more fun. It's more fun in a competitive sense. And yeah, I don't know, it's a little frustrating. But, oh, we're so close to that flag. It's sitting main door. No. Good stop, good stop. Alright, we got some clutch plays. It's all good. So we're still tied 0-0. I do want to talk about this game, like I said, a little bit more. But MLG 2012, we aren't even sure that they're going to run Call of Duty. We aren't even sure they're going to run Halo. We're 100% sure they're going to run StarCraft, because they've already started announcing that stuff. But they haven't announced any console stuff. One thing that Sundance did say on Twitter is, hopefully, as long as they can work out with the sponsors and everything like that, they'll have console information by this weekend. So Friday, hopefully. But we'll see how that turns out. Maybe next week. We'll see. I will talk about it as soon as it comes out. Trust me. Maybe even on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, AmplifiedHD, it'll be at the end of the video, and it's also in the description. Pimping it out. I gotta pimp it out. Alright, so we're in the last minute of this game, 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. So I spawn here in loading. We got 2 kids pushing crates, and we got 1 sitting in our flag. It's always good to have 1 person in your base. You know, lock it down. Obviously, he didn't get that kill there, but you know, you gotta have somebody in your base watching your back, getting you a good spawn. See, I'm here sitting on Humvees, or sitting in parking lot, and ooh, just barely get that kill. Thanks for a little help. And we're running the flag in, running the flag in. 1, 0, cap. Look at that. Look at that. Look how close that was. Tensify running a sick route all the way up through crates with like 13 seconds left on the clock. He makes it all the way back. Extreme conditioning, running that PP90. Oh man, that was pretty intense. Let me tell you, when we were playing that game, I was sitting there watching the clock as he walks in there because I was sitting there right there, main door, and oof, it was a close one. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the other 2 videos you can see on screen, and check me out on Twitter.